Hello everyone, my name is Natalia and today we're going to make this beautiful baby in Choron in Chiquititos in miniature. This is how it turns out. This baby measures 12 centimeters and the safety eyes are 7 millimeters. These are the colors I used, and I used this little ring which is for attaching the pacifier. But anyway, it's not necessary. If not, we can also use a little thread. Maybe on the other one I can put a thread to see how it looks. Girls, for the one that's 12 centimeters and ends up this size, I used a 1.75 millimeter crochet hook. But now I'm going to use a 2.5 hook and then I'll let you know how it turns out. It's gonna turn out a little bigger because if you change the hook, the doll will end up bigger or smaller. It depends on the hook you use, okay? Now I'm going to use a slightly bigger hook, and at the end I'll tell you what size it turns out. What we're going to do today is the body, the base of the doll, and in the next one we'll finish it. Alright, we're going to make 2 videos. I hope you really enjoy today's video. If you can leave me a comment, as always, I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and without further ado, let's get started with the step-by-step. Let's begin, and I'm using a 2.5 millimeter hook. And we're going to start with the arms. Okay, first we take the skin color of your choice any skin tone, lighter or darker, whichever you prefer, and make a magic ring. With 6 single crochets, we are going to work in a continuous spiral, so let's carefully place a stitch marker right here to keep track of our rounds. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We close our ring for round number 2. The sequence will be 1 single crochet. We're going to carefully hide this yarn tail, and we absolutely need to mark this particular stitch because we'll be working in a continuous spiral, and then we will do an increase. That's the exact sequence we are going to repeat precisely 3 times. 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 1 single crochet, 1 increase. I just have to do the last increase. I'll do it, but I'm going to change the color. So I don't close with this particular one, but rather with a pristine white color, and then we carefully make a secure slip knot at the very tip of the material. So I don't close with this particular one, as I have previously mentioned before, but rather with the other distinct one. We meticulously arrange the various yarns, ensuring they are perfectly aligned, and now we are carefully going to hide this relatively short tail and also the other remaining yarn tail, making sure everything is neat and tidy. So for round number 3, we make 1 single crochet in each stitch. The stitch I just made would be the first one, so mark it there. I tidy up a bit, hide these yarn ends, and then I'll cut them off. Now we will continue working in this manner, making just 1 single crochet stitch in each and every stitch around, and then we will be right back, my dear girls. This yarn you see here, I used it as a marker. You can use whatever works best for you, like a yarn tail or one of those stitch markers, whatever you have. Alright, so for round number 4, we make 1 single crochet, mark it, and then a decrease. We're going to repeat that sequence until we reach the marker. You do 1 stitch, 1 decrease, 1 stitch, 1 decrease. Girls, I didn't stuff the arm, okay? If you want, you can add a little stuffing. So now, from round 5 to round 9, make 1 single crochet in each stitch. I have 1 and I mark it. 2, 3. Okay, continue working in this manner until you reach round number 9, making just 1 single crochet stitch in each and every stitch around. When you have completely finished this section, close with a secure slip stitch, and then proceed to make one chain stitch. We carefully cut the yarn, then gently pull it completely through and meticulously thread this very end onto a yarn needle. Then carefully weave it neatly inside. And girls, if you want, you can go ahead and cut it now. I don't cut it all the way yet, not until I attach the arm to the body. I don't cut it until then, but that's up to you, okay? So girls, now we're going to make the feet. And just like we did with the arms, I've already made a magic ring with 6 single crochets. Okay, now for round number 2. We're going to make 6 increases and we'll hide this yarn end as we go. We will now carefully mark the very first stitch of our work, ensuring it is clearly identifiable. And with that done, I have successfully completed my first increase, followed immediately by my second increase. Then, we will proceed to make 4 more increases, meticulously counting them out. 1, then 2, then 3, and finally 4 additional increases, bringing our total to 6 increases after the initial 2. And we come back for round number 3. We make a single crochet, mark it, and then an increase. Repeat that sequence until you reach the marker. You do 1 single crochet, then an increase, 1 single crochet, then an increase, and so on for the round. Round 4, we're going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch, but only grabbing the inner loop. As you already know, girls, if I forget to tell you, you should always mark the first stitch, okay? Continue like this, only working in the inner loop, and we'll come back. For round number 5, we're going to make the 6th of December recess in a row. I have 1. And I meticulously mark it down, ensuring its precise placement. Then, I proceed to the next in the sequence, carefully noting 2 followed by 3, then 4, and subsequently 5, and finally 6. At this point, having systematically accounted for each individual item in the series, I should have left this particular location, having completed the initial phase of this comprehensive and detailed enumeration process, which requires careful attention to each and every step along the way. We are now working on 6 single crochets, and I will demonstrate how to execute them step by step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and finally 6. This completes the entirety of round number 5. Now, my dear friends, for the subsequent rounds, specifically from round 6 all the way through to round 11, our task is to meticulously create 1 single crochet in each and every stitch. As the piece progressively grows and expands, you will observe the formation of the desired shape and structure, continuing this consistent pattern of single crochets. You will want to stuff it, and please do not forget to mark the very first stitch. And we will continue working like this until we reach round 11 inclusively. So girls, look closely, I've already completely finished. And for the very first leg, we will close with a neat slip stitch and then make a single chain, and from this point here I will gently pull this thread for the first leg and then for the second leg. Don't cut the yarn because we're going to join, okay? We're going to join, we're going to find the middle of this leg, more or less. It doesn't have to be exact. Similar to my other one, this particular point is situated more or less precisely around the central part of this leg, and it is at this juncture that we effectively join them, integrating seamlessly into the overall structure or connection. I'm going to carefully make a single crochet stitch right where I have previously marked, and it is important that we meticulously mark this newly created stitch immediately after forming it. Following this, we will proceed to diligently make single crochet stitches all the way around the entire circumference of this leg, working in a continuous and consistent manner to form a complete and even row of stitches. When we carefully navigate and work our way through this section of the project, we can also effectively and neatly conceal this protruding yarn tail a little bit more. Subsequently, after you have successfully hidden the yarn, you can then precisely trim this excess yarn with a pair of sharp scissors and gently yet firmly tuck it completely inside the fabric or stitches, ensuring a clean and professional finish that enhances the overall appearance of your handcrafted item. Okay, I have now successfully completed this initial leg of the project, ensuring all stitches are secure and the shaping is correct. Following this, my next step is to continue working by consistently making single crochets all the way around the circumference of the other corresponding piece, ensuring a smooth and even connection as I progress through each stitch, thereby joining the two sections seamlessly and building upon the foundation I've just established. Okay? You're going to continue working in this manner, meticulously creating single crochets all the way around the piece. You will keep going until you precisely reach the designated marker which indicates the completion of this section. And that's the entire process for this particular part. For round 13, we will initiate the process by making 3 single crochets. And it's crucial to remember to place a stitch marker in the very first one of these stitches. So that's 1 single crochet, then 2 single crochets, and finally 3 single crochets. And an increase, repeat that sequence all the way around. 3 stitches, 1 increase, 3 stitches, 1 increase. Now, moving on to the subsequent rounds, specifically from round number 14 through to round number 16, the instruction is to meticulously create 1 single crochet stitch within each and every individual stitch from the previous round. This consistent application of a single crochet in each stitch ensures the proper formation and progression of your work during these crucial rounds, maintaining the desired shape and density of the fabric you are creating. That's how we should look after finishing round 16, included. If necessary, stuff the legs well. Okay, so for round 17, we make 3 single crochets mark. The first one, 1, 2, 3, and then a decrease. Repeat. That sequence is 3 stitches, 1 decrease, 3 stitches, 1 decrease, all the way to 18. To begin, you will make 1 single crochet stitch into each and every stitch around the entire piece. It is very important to mark the very first stitch you make in this round, okay, so you know where your round begins and ends. Please continue working in this manner, placing just 1 single crochet stitch into each and every stitch until you have completed the entire round. For round 19, we will meticulously work 2 single crochets, that's 2 individual single crochet stitches followed by a decrease. You will then repeat that specific sequence throughout the entire round. 2 single crochet stitches, then 1 decrease, then another 2 single crochet stitches, and finally another decrease. Continue this precise pattern until the end of the round. Round 20. We're now going to proceed with attaching the arms to our project. To do this, we will first make a series of 4 single crochets. Carefully execute each stitch, the first single crochet, then the second single crochet, followed by the third single crochet, and finally the fourth single crochet. Once these 4 single crochets are completed, you will then pick up and grab one of the prepared arms, ready to attach it securely to the main body of your work. The little arm will effectively take up 3 distinct stitches, okay? So we absolutely need to attach it precisely like this. We're going to carefully grab it from this particular stitch right here and from the corresponding stitch directly in front. So we will begin our process right here. I carefully hook the arm and then hook the body, and then I make a single crochet. Now I gently hook the arm like this, and now the body, and I then make a single crochet. Now I have successfully completed 2 of these sections, and I just need to meticulously work on and finish the very last one to complete this particular step. Now, moving our attention up here to the front section of the piece, we will be working 6 single crochets into this area. Let's count them out carefully as we go. 1, then 2, followed by 3, then 4, continuing with 5, and finally the 6th single crochet, completing this specific set of stitches. And now, with careful attention to detail, we proceed to attach the other arm, ensuring it is secured in precisely the same manner as the first. To begin, you will meticulously hook the arm into position, aligning it perfectly with the main body of your project. Once aligned, you will then execute a single crochet stitch which serves to firmly join the arm to the body. This initial single crochet is crucial for establishing a strong and stable connection. You will continue to work your way around the attachment point, creating a seamless and secure join. As you approach the completion of this process, you will find yourself with just 2 stitches remaining to fully secure the arm. These final 2 stitches are essential for a complete and polished finish. We will carefully work the penultimate stitch, ensuring it is snug and secure, and then with precision we will complete the very last stitch to fully close the opening and firmly attach the arm. Once these final 2 stitches are completed, you will see how beautifully and securely the arm is now integrated into the main body of your project, and that's how it's looking, a perfectly attached arm ready for the next steps in your creation. Now girls, from here I pull a little and we can already cut it, and that's it. For round 21 we're going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch. I will now mark the very first stitch, and I have already marked the first one, and we will continue to go on like this. Okay, just keep going steadily until you reach the very end, carefully making 1 single crochet stitch in each and every stitch, and then once that is completed we will come right back. I have the last stitch left to do, but I'm going to change colors, so I'll do that. But I don't close with this one. Instead I use the skin color you've chosen and make a knot. Right at the tip, a slip knot. We carefully adjust and then begin to subtly hide these 2 distinct strands, and for the entirety of round 22 we will meticulously make a total of 18 increases, ensuring 1 precise increase in each and every stitch. To begin, it is crucial to accurately mark the very first stitch you create. This initial marking serves as a vital reference point, ensuring you maintain proper count and alignment throughout your project. Once that first stitch is clearly identified and marked, you will continue with your work, proceeding in the same manner as you have just started. The key instruction from this point forward is to make a consistent increase in every single stitch you encounter. This means that for each stitch you come across, you will perform an action that adds an additional stitch, effectively expanding your work. We will continue this process diligently, working through each stitch with an increase, and then we will return to this point to review our progress and move on to the next stage of the project. This methodical approach ensures accuracy and consistency in your crafting. And then you can trim these 2 strands a bit and tuck them inside. For round 23, we make 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an increase. We're going to repeat that sequence, 5 stitches, an increase, 5 stitches, an increase until we reach the marker, which would go here, okay? Then, from round 24 to 33, make 1 single crochet in each stitch. Don't forget, ladies, to always mark the first stitch so we don't lose our place. Alright, just 1 single crochet in each stitch until round 33, including round 33, and we'll come back, ladies. I've already completely and thoroughly stuffed this entire whole part of the body, okay? Now we are going to carefully and precisely start with the decreases. For round number 34, please make 5 individual single crochets. Remember to mark the very first one, that's 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and finally 5, and then immediately follow that with a decrease. You will need to repeat that specific sequence, okay? That's 5 stitches followed by a decrease, then another 5 stitches, and then another decrease. Alright ladies, let's carefully put the eyes on. counting precisely from down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, specifically between rows 7 and 8. This precise placement is crucial for the overall look. Place the eyes as centered as possible. Make sure there's an even distance between each eye. There are a total of 4 stitches, okay? Specifically, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 individual stitches that are designated for round number 35. For this particular round, we are going to carefully make 4 single crochets. It is very important to mark the very first one of these single crochets to keep track of your progress. After completing these 4 single crochets, we will then proceed with a decrease stitch. Repeat. That sequence is 4 stitches, 1 decrease, 4 stitches, 1 decrease, for a total of 36. Next, I made 3 single crochets and now we do a decrease. We're going to repeat that sequence, 3 stitches, 1 decrease, 3 stitches, 1 decrease. Ladies, look, I've already stuffed it a bit, okay? For round 37, I've already made 2 single crochets and now it's time for the decrease. Repeat that sequence, 2 stitches and a decrease all the way around for round 38. I've already done 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. Ladies, now make sure to keep stuffing because we're starting to close up. We repeat that sequence. 1 stitch, 1 decrease, 1 stitch, 1 decrease. And when you finish, stuff it well so we can close it up. I'm done. From here, pull the yarn and thread it onto a yarn needle. And ladies, you see that here we have 12 single crochet. Alright, we're going to carefully go through all 12 individual stitches, meticulously grabbing only the very outermost loop of each stitch, diligently counting each one as we steadily go along and gently pulling a little bit. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, continuing this process until I ultimately reach the final 12 stitches. Then we go back, close it up tightly, make a knot here, and hide the yarn inside the head. Now we can cut it, ladies. That's all for today. In the next one, we'll finish it up. I hope you really like it. For now, I'm sending you all a big kiss, and well, see you in the next video.